All right, YouTube, I don't know what to do with myself here. I think, am I wrong? Am I right? Am I going crazy? Like, okay, look, I tell you guys, Canelo Alvarez, David Lemieux, December 15th, mark it on your calendar. It's a done deal. You know, and it looked like that's what it was going to be, right? And then we get this crazy announcement. And look, I have to be honest because I'm always honest on the channel, right? You know, I hear Canelo is going to fight a guy at 168, right? You know, super middleweight. And I'm like, oh, there he goes again. He's going to pull a guy down to, another division, pull him down to middleweight, like you did Lopez, like you did Amir Khan, like, the whole Canelo catchweight, the 155-pound catchweight. I'm like, nothing new, right? Didn't surprise me at all. But then, I was like, whoa, hold up. I heard he's moving up. He's moving up a division to become a two-divisional champion. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to process this, right? I got to see how I feel about this. I'm not quite sure. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of like, when you're like, and this happens, right? You're like, I don't know, out at a club or whatever, and you're like checking out some hot chick, and like she turns around and it's like a dude. You know what I mean? It's like, what the, like, like what the fuck? It's like this moment, right? So it's like, maybe that's a weird analogy, but you understand where I'm coming from, right? You understand what I mean? So I'm just ball of emotion. I'm thinking like, okay, oh, maybe I didn't get it wrong. Counterpunch got it wrong. Well, what's new, right? I get a lot of shit wrong. But, I'm thinking, am I mad about it? How do I feel about it? Am I going to dog on Canelo? Should he be praised? How do we process this, right? Canelo Alvarez fighting Rocky Fielding. Now, I'm like, who is Rocky Fielding, right? Now, I've heard of him, of course. Maybe you hardcore boxing heads, you have too, but look, if you're not like me, like some boxing, I don't know, nut job, then I doubt you've even heard of this dude. But so I did a little bit of looking up, right? A little bit of research, okay? And I'm going to share that research with you. Now, first, we're going to back up a little bit. Oscar De La Hoya, we will get on a call and discuss it with Team Canelo and decide if he will fight on December 15th. That date would fit, blah, 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 instead of Oscar De La Hoya. So, we're thinking December 15th, he needs to cash in because Canelo lost that date because he got busted for PEDs. Now they're trying to make up a little bit of money, so they're going to fight in December. So David Lemieux, right? I mean, and here's what man, there's just so much I just don't understand. Look, I'm not going to get off subject here. There's so much about this I don't understand. Canelo right here. I'm very excited to announce my next fight, December 15th at New York, Madison Square Garden. Alverez wrote on social media, taking a big challenge. I will fight for the world title at 168 pounds versus Rocky Fielding, the current WBA champion. Okay, the current WBA champion. I'm like, all right, well, who is this dude, right? Like I said, I know a little bit about him, so, and I'll go over who he is here in a minute. Now, right here, and they're talking about, here, and this is what's confusing me, right? Canelo had that voluntary defense. The WBC basically said, look, Canelo, you can fight whoever you want. You can fight your next door neighbor. We don't care, right? You know what I mean? You can like throw a towel in the crowd, and whoever gets it, you can fight him for a title defense. Now, what does he do? He moves up a division. It's like, what? Like, I don't understand this, right? And is this a way to duck David Lemieux? Is this a way to duck Charlo, which Charlo's is mandatory? Like, why the WBC would even give Canelo a voluntary defense in December? I mean, if you're Charlo, what are you thinking right now? If you're Golovkin, what are you thinking? If you're David Lemieux, what are you thinking? If you're any top middleweight, what are you thinking, right? I mean, just like, what the hell is this dude doing? Now, like I said, should he be praised or should we dog on this dude? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like, fuck, I don't know. Because like, here's the thing. I'm totally for guys moving up a division, but I think they should clean out their division first, right? It's okay if you want to move up and dare to be great, whatever you want to call it, and do big things, make history, but, he wants to become a multi-divisional champion. That's fine, but at least have one title defense, right? At least have one damn title defense before you do that. Like, is there a problem with the weight? No, because he looks small in the Gennady Golovkin fight. Like I said, I'm confused. Like, I don't know what to make of this. Like, is it a duck? I mean, if I want to look at it from a negative point of view, I'm going to tell you, well, of course, yeah, he's ducking David Lemieux. He's ducking the tough competition at middleweight, and and he wants to hide that and look tough and look great by moving up. You know, kind of like Andre Ward did. Remember, Andre Ward did the same thing. Instead of fighting Golovkin, he moved up when he got the Kovalev fights and all that, and move up to super middleweight and then light heavyweight. You know, kind of that. So it could be that situation. You know, or maybe he is just trying to be great. Like, I don't know. Like, I simply don't know. You know, and here's the thing, too. You know, I can't criticize any fighter for moving up a division and fighting whoever. Even when we were talking about Gennady Golovkin moving up and fighting Ramirez, you know, I said, look, he can even take a tune-up, you know, and then fight Ramirez. Like, you know, it's cool. But at that point, you know, people, they're ducking Triple G left and right. He had basically cleaned out his division -1 or 2, you know, so it was cool. But this is a completely different situation. Look, this is a completely different situation, okay? I don't know what to think of it, all right? You know, I mean, this is kind of like, I don't know, an immediate reaction video. I'm going through the thoughts in my head right now, right? I'm just like, just here working it all. Like, these gears are turning, right? I just don't know what to think of this. So, but, you know, Felding won 6 fights in a row since including knocked out Germany's Tyrone Zeug, what the fuck? I don't know. In the 5th round, okay, so he gets the belt, you know, so I'm like, all right, cool. All right, he has 1 loss to Caleb Smith. Okay, all right. You know, right here, active, 31 years old from the UK. Shout out UK. Debuted in 2010, so 8 years in the game. All right, okay, looking good. You know, right here, I'm looking at the competition, though. Okay, of course, you got Canelo Alvarez coming up, you know, Madison Square Garden, December 15th. You know, Merry Christmas, Canelo fans, Merry Christmas. And it's probably going to be a damn pay-per-view. You know, I heard, oh, hang on, we got something coming in. Probably going to be... That's a friend of mine asking what dentist my mom works for. But he's probably going to be on HBO pay-per-view. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I thought HBO tanked. I thought they went under. It's like, I don't know what the fuck to make of it. None of this shit makes any sense to me. You got HBO tanking, but apparently Canelo's going to be fighting outside of Vegas at Madison Square Garden on HBO at super middleweight. Yeah, it's like, what, you know, I don't know. But anyway, this guy here, you know, a bunch of nobodies on his name, you know, Brian Vera. Now, yeah, you know, I personally like Brian Vera because he's a friend of mine, but he actually trains out of Houston with the Charlo brothers, in case you guys didn't know that, but he does. Caleb Smith lost, okay? You know, now he has won, what, 6 fights in a row, but you look at the competition, you know, 7 losses, and only this dude 19, you know, 20 fights total. You know, so, yeah. And here's the last dude he fought right here to win the title. Okay. Let's see, where we're going to go. Yeah, and right here, it's a huge win for fielding a 30-year-old fighter who was very successful, rebuilt his career after a TKO loss to Caleb Smith in 2015. You know, like I said, won a bunch of fights in a row. You know, we'll see, or what will fielding, or what he does next, so, you know, blah, blah, blah. So what he does next is fights Canelo, right? But again, I don't understand it. Like, why isn't Canelo taking a voluntary defense? Like, you know, that's like the easiest out in boxing. You can pick whoever the hell you want to pick, right? Doesn't make any kind of sense to me. So I don't know, guys. I'm probably going to leave it at that because I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, like I said, you know, I mean, man, it's like, okay, I'm shocked. Like, it's kind of cool that he's moving up, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, well, wait a minute, dude. You know, why even fight for the belts? Why even? It's like Miguel Cotto. You know, in November 2015 or 2015, he beats Miguel Cotto, gets the WBC, has 1 title defense against Amir Khan, then vacates, right? Now he goes into and basically gets, I don't know, a gift decision against Gennady Golovkin, and instead of a title defense, he moves up a division. Like, so, you know, and look, we know the WBC, they're going to give him a pass, but what about the WBA? You know, what are they going to have to say about all this? You know, and what about Charlo? Are they going to pay him, like, step-aside money? You know, it's like, well, what's going to happen with him? Just, look, and here's the thing. I'll get it figured out, and I'll bring it to you guys, but right now, I am confused as hell. So maybe you guys can help me out in the comment section below. You know, tell me, what am I missing? You know, is this a good look, a bad look, a good move, a bad move? I mean, do you like it? Do you not like it? And look, here's the thing, it better not be any damn pay-per-view, and you know it is. It's going to be pay-per-view, but right now Canelo is basically a free agent, you know. So if it's like a little, you know, $10 stream or, you know, some ESPN Plus, you know, I don't know where, that's cool. I'm cool with that. But no one's going to pay, you know, $60, $70 fucking pay-per-view for this bullshit, right? No one. Now I will say that. I do know that for a fact. So all right, guys, what do you think? Leave it below.